What's up, guys? Hi, and welcome to today's workout. As you can see, probably in the title, if I do put it in the title, I am cutting down to 79 kilos in 5 weeks' time. Today I weighed in at 81.7, I think, and the goal for this week is to average below 81.5. So I'm moving towards 79 kilos, half a kilo at a time. Slow and steady wins the race. I think that if I try to cut faster, I will end up getting very hungry and very weak, which are both bad things. If you get really hungry, you might binge and fail for that reason. And if I get very weak by cutting fast, I will be less motivated to cut. And it's just bad for your body. I mean, it's unnecessary. Why would you cut as fast as possible? I mean, it's a lot better for basically every single bodily function to cut fairly slowly. Try to really keep that muscle that you have and get the most out of the cut. I mean, the goal is to get rid of the fat and to keep the muscle. If you lose a lot of muscle, you're only completing half of that equation, which is, you lost the fat, but you've lost muscle as well. So your cut isn't really a cut anymore in the bodybuilding sense. It's just, a loss of body weight. It's just becoming smaller, overall. But my goal is to increase the performance. And if you want to increase performance, you get rid of tissue that doesn't benefit you and you keep tissue that does benefit you. That's the point of cutting. It's the same thing with bulking, really. You want to gain as much muscle as possible, inevitably gaining some fat, more or less fat. There are a lot of different strategies when it comes to how far you should take the bulk and how long you should bulk and how quickly you should bulk. I will make videos on that in the future, very likely. There are so many different theories from bulking slow and long to bulking, fast and quickly, shortly, Some people like to gain several kilos per month. Other people, they want to gain, 5 kilos or 2 to 5 kilos over a year. Which on the lower end of the scale, I think that if you're bulking or cutting very slowly to the point where it's not practically measurable, I think that is a problem because you can't really stay on top of it. At that point, you might as well just call it, eating at maintenance and, letting your body weight do what it wants, and that is a strategy. But I think this whole bulking or cutting very slowly, let's say, fractions of a kilogram per week, I think at that point, it's going to be very, very difficult to actually not only stay motivated because the changes are going to be so slow, but also to keep track of the changes. But today's workout, I would say, went fairly well. Luckily, my first lesson today, first school lesson was 10:30 and not 8 o'clock, so I slept till 8:30, woke up by myself, had my alarm set to 10. I felt great, and that's just very unusual for me, just waking up with energy. It almost never happens. So I knew I had to go to the gym immediately, which I did, and the squats are going really well. Deadlifts are going pretty well too, I would say, although I didn't do them today. It seems that my lower body has maintained its strength very well for this cut, but when it comes to my upper body, I have lost some strength, and it's not just the pressing. I mean, the bench press and the overhead press are down at 5 and 6 reps respectively, compared to 10 reps, which I was doing with the same weights. So I've lost, 4 to 5 reps on my pressing movements from 10 reps. And when it comes to my rowing here, sorry, there's a train coming by and I have an open window. When it comes to the rowing as well, I have lost strength. As you can see there, I indicated 7 reps. While it looked like I did 10, I couldn't touch my chest properly. So my upper body has lost muscle and lost strength, which I think is, not completely inevitable, but I think practically inevitable, meaning I think that if I am to not lose any upper body strength while doing this, I'm going to have to sacrifice something else. I might have to start sleeping 10 hours a night. I might have to really make big changes in my diet, remove other things from my life, maybe add more gym sessions in. perhaps if that would help. One thing that I know for sure is when you lose weight, you're going to get a bit weaker on the bench press, most likely. And I feel that now, that the layer of fat in my back, the layer of fat around my arms, around my chest, around my stomach is thinner, and the bench press feels less stable and it feels deeper. I'm going deeper down on a regular bench press now, and I do think that that probably contributes to losing a little bit of bench press strength. Now, is the weight I've dropped so far about 7.5? Let's see here. Yeah, about 7.5 to 8 kilos lost so far on this cut. Is it normal to lose this much strength? I don't think so, but I would say losing some strength is reasonable. Obviously, it would be much better not to lose any strength, but the strength is fleeting, strength is temporary, and the good thing with that is you can build it back. So if I were to, for example, gain weight again, even to a lighter body weight than my peak bulk this time around, so let's say if I went up to 85 kilos, I would most likely be able to bench press 90 times 10 once again. But it really just comes down to goals, and at this point I really need to get down there in the body weight if I am to compete again, which right now it feels like I could do it, but I'm very unsure of if I have what it takes. But I think better than just sitting around and wondering if I have what it takes at this point, just to go for it and try and fail instead of wondering, I think is probably the better solution to my mental crisis. So yeah, that is probably what I have to say on today. And I'm going to keep working here with some schoolwork, and I'll see you guys in a few days. Goodbye.